episode of Fix It Bong Bong, I buy a broken Audi and hopefully fix it.
Shop tonight, we've got one of my all-time favorites, a 2002 Audi A4 Quattro. Now this car has the 1.8T motor in it, and I paid about 240 bucks because it doesn't run. But that included towing, and after scanning it, I believe the coolant temperature sensor's gone bad because it's reading negative 40 degrees. And well, it's not negative 40, and this is a pretty common problem in Volkswagen and Audis, especially high mileage ones. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the coolant temperature sensor and hopefully get this car back on the road.
Alright, so the coolant temperature sensor is actually located on the back side of the engine in this area. So you're going to actually remove, what is this, crankcase, ventilation, PCV stuff. Basically, it's buried, I don't know if you can see my finger, but it's right there. That little tab right there, where my finger's pointed, that's where the sensor is. So, where I'm pointing that little orange tab. So, we're going to remove this stuff right here and gain access to it. Alright, so, first thing we're going to do is going to remove this piece right here by loosening the clamps there. There, looks like there used to be a clamp here. There's actually a zip tie that I just clipped. So, we'll either replace it with another zip tie, or if I have a clamp laying around, I'll go ahead and use that. But hopefully that gives us access to the sensor below, and we can go ahead and replace the sensor. Alright, so I ended up removing the plastic cover up top, so I could gain access to the bolt that's holding this tube here. So I could remove it from that piece, and remove it from the clamp down there, and hopefully that will make it easier to remove this deal. Now I got the tube loose. There are two attachment points. One I pointed out there earlier, and one right there. So now it just pulls out of the way. We'll tuck that out of the way. Okay, so with all that crap removed, you can now easily see the sensor. So all you gotta do is unplug that, and there's actually a plastic kind of circlip that's holding it in. We'll pop that out. Sensor pops out. We'll put the new one on, and hopefully that fixes it. And here's another view of the sensor with the plug removed. I'm not sure if you can tell from behind it, but there's a plastic retaining clip holding it in. So we will just slip that out. Careful not to drop it, and pull the old sensor. Alright, so just pulled the old sensor out with a pair of pliers. So now we can go ahead and install the new one. Alright, one thing you don't want to forget in there when you pull the old sensor out is to remove the old O-ring, or O-ring, and replace that. Day 2. It's day 2 because I was actually sold the wrong sensor. This is a 2-pin. The faulty sensor is a 4-pin. So we got the new part here. Let's go ahead and pop her in, and hopefully the car will fire up. Now we have the new sensor plugged in there. Don't forget to reinstall your plastic clip. It goes in from this way. It's a big pain in the ass, so just take your time. And we're almost done here. Now we have the new sensor installed. We've got the retaining clip back in there holding it in place and plugged in. The only thing left to do now is just put it back together and fire it up. Okay, she's all buttoned up and ready to go, but something's missing here. Now she's legit. Alright, so she's running. Let's just check for